Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. We're diving into Click Millionaires by Scott C. Fox today. We're going to be talking all about escaping that 9-to-5 grind that so many of us know all too well, and how to build a business online that you actually love. So if you're ready to ditch the cubicle and become your own boss, we'll be pulling out the best tips and strategies from Click Millionaires to help you figure out if this whole Click Millionaire thing is something you should be thinking about.
You know what's so interesting about this book? It doesn't just jump into making tons of money online. It actually starts by acknowledging something that I think a lot of people feel. Like a lot of people feel like even if they're successful in the traditional sense, they're still not happy. They're still stressed out about money.
Yeah. It's kind of like you get to a certain point and you're like, wait a minute. Is this it? Like, is this all there is?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people hit that wall eventually.
And the book doesn't just complain about it, right? It goes beyond that and introduces this whole idea of the Click Millionaire lifestyle.
So there's more than just making money online.
Exactly. It's about designing a career and a life that you want. It's about finding something you're passionate about, setting your own hours, and finally having that financial freedom.
Okay, that sounds amazing. But honestly, can we really have both? Can you really have passion and profits?
Right.
Or is that just, a fantasy?
I think that's the question, isn't it? Like, can you really make a living doing something you love? And this book argues that, yes, you absolutely can. It says the key is finding that sweet spot where your passion actually translates into a profitable business. It's not about choosing one or the other. And they even use this thing called the Click Millionaire career quadrants to show how chasing only money or only passion can actually backfire.
Okay, those quadrants sound interesting. Can you break those down a bit for me?
So picture this, right? You've got a grid. One side is passion, the other is profits. You could be in the quadrant where you're making a ton of money, but you're totally miserable. Like, imagine being a corporate lawyer who hates their life but makes bank. That's one quadrant.
Well, I definitely wouldn't want to be stuck there.
Right. And then on the other side, you have people who are super passionate about what they do, but they're struggling financially, like the classic starving artist.
So neither of those is the ideal situation.
Exactly. The Click Millionaire quadrant is all about finding that balance where you're genuinely excited about your work and you're making a good living from it.
Okay, so how do we escape those bad quadrants and find that sweet spot? What's the secret sauce here?
Well, the book says becoming an expert is a huge part of it. But it's not about having a ton of degrees or fancy credentials. The internet has kind of changed the whole game.
So you don't need to be a brainiac with a wall full of diplomas.
Not at all. It's more about leveraging the knowledge and skills you already have. It could be a hobby, a specific skill set you've developed, even just a unique life experience that you can share with others. The key is being able to communicate that knowledge effectively and build an audience who trusts you as a go-to person in your niche.
So it's like becoming that friend everyone goes to for advice on a specific topic. Like if you're the craft beer guru or the queen of budget travel, you've got that expertise that people are looking for.
Precisely. That's the kind of expertise that really thrives online. Building that trusted friend image is essential for a successful Click Millionaire business.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do you actually build that business? I mean, where do you even start?
Well, the book talks about a few really important principles like automation, outsourcing, and making sure your business is scalable. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
So tell me more about those principles. What does that look like in practice?
Sure. So automation is all about minimizing those repetitive tasks. It's about using technology to streamline your processes and free up your time.
So you can focus on the bigger picture.
Exactly. And then outsourcing is about leveraging other people's skills. There are so many talented freelancers out there who can help you with things like designing your website, creating content, managing your social media, even handling customer service.
So you're basically building a team, even if it's a virtual one, to help support your Click Millionaire dreams.
Exactly. And then scalability is all about designing a business model that can grow without you needing to work around the clock.
So you're not trading one job for another.
Nope. The goal is to create a business that works for you, not the other way around.
Okay, all of this sounds amazing in theory, but what does this actually look like in the real world? How do you actually get started with a Click Millionaire business?
That's where things get really interesting. The book explores a whole bunch of different options, and it all falls under this umbrella of what they call digital publishing.
Digital publishing.
Yeah, think of it as creating your own little media empire online.
Okay, so we're not talking about printing presses and broadcasting towers, right?
Exactly. You're sharing your knowledge and connecting with an audience through the power of the internet.
So things like blogs and podcasts.
You got it. And Click Millionaires doesn't just list these options. It actually gives you real-world examples of people who found success with them. Like, did you ever hear of Randy Cassingham?
His name rings a bell.
He's the guy who created This Is True. You know those emails with all the weird news stories and the funny commentary?
Wait, those emails that everyone shares on social media, those are huge.
That's him. He's built this whole global following just by curating and delivering entertaining content straight to people's inboxes.
That's wild. I had no idea it was just one guy behind those.
And that's just one example. There are tons of other ways to leverage digital publishing.
So what about blogs? Have those gone extinct?
Definitely not. They've actually evolved. From those simple online diaries to incredibly powerful platforms for sharing your expertise and building an entire business around it.
Wow, so blogs are still a thing.
Oh yeah, big time. The book even talks about some major blog success stories. Like, have you ever heard of treehugger.com?
Can't say that I have.
It's all about sustainable living, like composting and solar panels, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And guess what? They ended up selling for $10 million.
$10 million for a blog about composting.
It just goes to show you the potential, right? If you can find the right niche and build a loyal audience, the possibilities are endless.
Okay, I'm starting to see the light here. But it's not just about writing, right? What about podcasts? I mean, we're doing one right now. Seems like they're getting pretty popular.
They're exploding. Podcasting is a fantastic way to connect with people. You can build a whole community around your topic just through audio.
And then there's the video, giant YouTube. It feels like everyone's glued to their screens these days, just watching videos.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different world now. And Click Millionaires talks about how people are making serious money through YouTube. There's this thing called the YouTube Partner Program, where you actually get a cut of the ad revenue.
So you can actually make a living just from making videos.
You can. Some people are earning 6 figures annually. And the content is so diverse, you wouldn't believe it.
So you're telling me I could quit my job and become a YouTube star? By, like, teaching people how to bake the perfect sourdough bread?
If there's an audience for it, why not? The possibilities are truly endless.
This is blowing my mind. Okay, but you know me, I always love those unique, out-of-the-box examples. Does the book have anything like that?
Absolutely. There's a whole section on building online communities around shared interests. And one that really stood out to me was backyardchickens.com.
Wait, hold on. You mean, like, chickens you keep in your backyard?
Yep. And it's not just a small group either. This community has over 100,000 members.
Seriously?
They share advice, swap stories, buy and sell chicken-related stuff.
It's a whole online world dedicated to backyard chickens.
Exactly. And they're making money through advertising and membership fees. It just goes to show you, even the most niche hobby can turn into a thriving business.
Wow, that's incredible. It's amazing how the internet can connect people with such specific interests.
It really is.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about different models for Click Millionaire businesses. But the book also talks about this idea of mimicking, right?
Oh yeah, mimicking is a really interesting concept.
Tell me more.
It's basically taking inspiration from existing businesses and adapting their successful models to new markets or niches.
So you're not reinventing the wheel.
Exactly. The book uses the Samwer brothers as a prime example.
Who are the Samwer brothers?
They're these German entrepreneurs. And get this, they've become billionaires.
Billionaires.
By basically replicating successful U.S. startups in the German market.
Wow, that's a bold strategy.
It is, and it's worked incredibly well for them. For example, they took an eBay model, adapted it for Germany, and then sold it back to eBay for a huge e-profit.
They're like the ultimate copycats.
In a way, yeah. But they're really smart about it. They understand the underlying principles of success, and they know how to adapt those principles to different markets.
That's actually pretty genius. Okay, so we've got all these great ideas for online businesses, but how do you actually make sure people find you online? How do you build that audience?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And Click Millionaires really stresses the importance of finding your niche market.
So you're not trying to be everything to everyone.
Nope. It's about focusing on a specific group of people with particular interests and needs that you can serve really well.
So you want to become the go-to expert in your little corner of the internet.
Exactly.
But hold on a second. How do you know if there's even a demand for your niche idea? What if you pour your heart and soul into something, only to find out that nobody cares?
That's a really valid concern, and that's why Click Millionaires emphasizes testing customer demand before you go all in on an idea.
So how do you do that? How do you test the waters without jumping in head first?
There are a few different strategies. The book suggests creating a simple landing page that describes your product or service.
So it's like a one-page website.
Yeah, think of it as an online ad. You can use it to see if people are interested, collect email addresses, even pre-sell your product to gauge real demand.
So you're basically validating your idea without investing a ton of time and money up front.
Exactly. And there are other tools you can use too, like online surveys or usability testing websites. It's about letting the market guide your decisions, not just your gut feeling.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So we've got all these fantastic business ideas and strategies for testing them, but it still feels a little overwhelming. Is there like a step-by-step process we can follow?
That's where the Click Millionaires method for business niche identification comes in.
Okay, what is that?
It's a detailed process outlined in the book for finding those profitable niche markets.
So it's like a recipe for finding the perfect online business idea.
It's more like a guidebook that takes you through brainstorming, researching, analyzing, and ultimately validating your niche idea.
So you go from a vague idea to a concrete plan.
Exactly. It breaks the whole process down into manageable steps.
That makes this whole thing feel a lot less daunting. It's like we've got a map to guide us through this uncharted territory.
That's a great way to put it. And remember, the internet is constantly changing. What might seem like a small niche market today could explode in popularity tomorrow.
So it's all about being adaptable and staying ahead of the curve.
Exactly. You got to stay curious, be willing to learn, and embrace new possibilities.
I love that. Well, we've covered a lot of ground already, but I think we need to take a little break here and come back to dive even deeper into this Click Millionaires method and see how we can actually put it into action.
Sounds good to me. So, one thing that really stood out to me about this whole Click Millionaires method, it's not just about blindly following your passion, It actually makes you stop and think, okay, can this niche actually be profitable? Can I make a living from this?
So it's about finding that balance again. Passion and steep profit.
Exactly. And the method actually walks you through a bunch of questions to help you figure that out. Like, how big is your potential audience? Are you targeting a small, dedicated group? Or are you going for a broader appeal? How much are they willing to spend?
So you're basically doing market research, but without having to hire some expensive consultant.
Exactly. It puts the power in your hands to make informed decisions about your business.
Okay, so let's say we've gone through the method, we've found our perfect niche, we've even tested the demand. What's next? How do we actually start making money?
That's where the fun begins. The book goes into a bunch of different strategies for monetizing your online business. It's all about turning your passion into profit.
Okay, I'm all ears. What are some of the ways Click Millionaires suggests making money online?
Well, we've already touched on a couple, like advertising and e-commerce.
Right, those seem pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but the book goes deeper. It talks about things like affiliate marketing, creating and selling information products, even setting up membership programs.
Wow, that's a lot of options.
Think of it as having multiple streams of income flowing into your business.
Multiple streams of income. I like the sound of that.
Right. But let's break it down. What do these different models actually look like in practice?
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Let's start with advertising. It's a pretty classic model, right?
Yeah, how does that work?
You create valuable content that attracts an audience, and then advertisers pay you to reach those people.
So it's like those banner ads you see on websites.
Exactly. Or those sponsored posts on social media.
But aren't there different types of advertising too?
There are. You've got things like pay-per-click, where you get paid each time someone clicks on an ad on your website.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or you can sell ad space directly to companies, which can be more profitable if you have a really targeted audience.
Okay, so that's advertising. What about e-commerce?
E-commerce is basically setting up an online shop and selling products.
So you could sell physical products like clothes or gadgets.
Yeah, but the book also talks about digital products, which are really great for Click Millionaires because they have high profit margins.
What are digital products?
Things like ebooks, online courses, templates, downloadable guides, basically packaging your expertise into something people can buy and instantly access online.
So no shipping costs or inventory to manage.
Exactly. It's pure digital magic. The book even gives an example of someone selling an ebook on how to attract hummingbirds to your garden.
Wow, that's pretty niche.
It is, but it proves the point. If you can find the right audience, you can sell just about anything online.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. So we've got advertising and e-commerce. What else is there?
Well, there's also affiliate marketing, where you promote other companies' products and earn a commission on each sale.
So it's kind of like being a virtual salesperson.
Yeah, but without the pressure of cold calling.
That sounds much better.
You basically recommend products that you believe in. And if your audience buys them through your special affiliate links, you get a cut of the sale.
So if I had a blog about, let's say, travel photography, I could recommend specific cameras or editing software and earn money if my readers buy those products through my links.
Exactly. It's a great way to monetize your content without creating your own products.
I like it.
And then there are membership programs, which are super popular online these days.
Membership programs, huh?
Yeah, you offer exclusive content or benefits to people who pay a recurring fee.
It's like creating a VIP club for your most loyal fans.
Precisely. It could be anything from access to private forums and online courses to special discounts and early access to new products or services.
So it's a way to build a stronger community. And LD offer real value to your audience.
Exactly. And it's a great way to create a more predictable income for your business.
That recurring revenue is definitely appealing. So it sounds like Click Millionaires isn't advocating for one right way to make money online.
No, not at all.
It's more about having multiple streams of income.
Exactly. The internet gives you so much flexibility. You can combine different monetization strategies, experiment to see what resonates with your audience.
So it's all about finding the mix that works best for you.
Precisely.
But let's be real for a second. Building a business online still takes work, right? It's not some magical get-rich-quick scheme.
Oh, absolutely. It takes effort, dedication, consistency.
But what I love about the Click Millionaire model is that it's built on sustainability. It's about creating a business that works for you, not the other way around.
You got it.
Okay, but for someone like me, who's still working a 9-to-5, how do I realistically start building my Click Millionaire empire? Where do I even begin?
That's a great question, and the book actually offers some really practical advice for that. It all starts with dedicating some time each day, even if it's just 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes I can do.
Perfect. Use those 10 minutes to research your niche, explore different business models, even start creating some content. Small, consistent steps can make a huge difference over time.
So it's a marathon, not a sprint. Slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of compounding. Those small actions done consistently can lead to some pretty amazing results.
That's good to hear. But I gotta ask, what if my first idea doesn't work out? What if I hit a roadblock or things just don't go as planned?
That's totally normal. Honestly, failure is part of the entrepreneurial journey.
So you're saying I shouldn't beat myself up if things don't go perfectly right away?
Not at all. The key is to view those setbacks as learning opportunities, not defeats.
So it's about being resilient.
Exactly. Click Millionaires really encourages you to embrace those setbacks, analyze what went wrong, adjust your course, and keep moving forward.
It's about having that grit that everyone talks about.
You got it. And the Click Millionaire model is well suited for this because online businesses are generally pretty low cost to start.
So you can experiment and test different ideas without risking a ton of money.
Right. It's about minimizing the risk and being okay with a little trial and error.
Okay, that takes some of the pressure off.
And remember, there are tons of resources available online to support you along the way. There are communities, forums, blogs, even affordable online courses where you can connect with other entrepreneurs and learn from their experiences.
So you don't have to go it alone.
Nope. The internet is full of people who have been in your shoes. Don't be afraid to reach out, ask questions, build those connections.
That's really encouraging.
Oh.
Okay, so we've talked about the mindset and the strategies, but what about the technical side of things? Does Click Millionaires get into the tools and tech stuff you need to build an online business?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It talks about building a website, choosing a hosting platform, even navigating online marketing.
So I need to brush up on my coding skills.
Actually, no. The book really emphasizes user-friendly tools and services, things that anyone can handle, even if you're not super tech-savvy.
Yeah, well, that's a relief.
For example, for building a website or a blog, the book recommends popular platforms like WordPress, Typepad, and Blogger.
Okay, I've heard of those.
They're designed to be easy to use. And they offer tons of customization options, so you can create a professional-looking website without needing to write any code.
Amazing. So what about those online communities we talked about earlier? Are there specific platforms for building those?
Absolutely. The book mentions platforms like Ning, SubHub, and SocialGo as great options for creating your own online community.
And what do those platforms offer?
They give you all the features you need. forums, chat rooms, member profiles, event calendars. It's like having your own little social network for people who are passionate about your specific topic.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got the website, the community. What about marketing? Because even if you build the most amazing website in the world, if nobody knows about it, it's not going to do you much good.
You're absolutely right. Marketing is essential. It's all about getting your business in front of the right people.
So what are some of the marketing strategies that Click Millionaires suggests?
The book talks about a few key things: search engine optimization, SEO, social media marketing, and email marketing.
Okay, let's break those down. First of all, what exactly is SEO?
SEO is all about making sure your website shows up in search engine results when people search for information related to your niche.
So if I have a website about vegan cooking, I want to make sure it pops up on the first page of Google when someone searches for vegan recipes.
Exactly. It's about attracting people who are already looking for what you offer.
So it's about being visible to the right people.
Precisely. And there are a lot of different ways to optimize your website for search engines, like using the right keywords in your content, getting other websites to link back to yours.
Okay, that sounds a little technical.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
But think of it this way. Imagine you're writing a cookbook. You wouldn't just randomly throw in recipes, right?
Right.
You'd think about what kinds of dishes people are looking for, what ingredients they like. You'd organize your cookbook in a way that makes it easy for people to find what they need. SEO is kind of like that for your website. You're making it easy for search engines to understand what your site is about and for people to find the information they're looking for.
Okay, that makes sense.
And luckily, there are a lot of resources and tools online to help you with SEO. Click Millionaires even recommends this website called expertwebsitereviews.com, where you can get personalized video reviews of your website, including feedback on your SEO strategy.
Wait a minute, isn't that your website?
Maybe. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about social media.
Yeah, social media seems like a no-brainer these days. How do you use it effectively for a Click Millionaire business?
Social media is all about connecting with potential customers, building relationships, and driving traffic to your website.
And so how do you do that?
It's about creating engaging content, sharing your expertise, and interacting with your followers.
So it's not just about blasting out promotional messages all the time.
Definitely not. People can see right through that. It's about providing value, being authentic, and building a community around your brand.
So think about the brands you follow on social media, the ones you actually enjoy. They're probably not the ones constantly trying to sell you something.
Exactly. They're the ones sharing interesting content, starting conversations, making you feel like you're part of something.
That's a good point. It's about building relationships, not just transactions.
You got it.
Okay, so we've got SEO and social media. What about email marketing? Does that still work in today's world?
Don't underestimate the power of email. It's still one of the most effective ways to reach people directly, build relationships, and even sell products.
So you're talking about building an email list.
Exactly. It's about creating a direct line of communication with your audience. Staying top of mind, Click Millionaires recommends using email marketing platforms like Aweber, FeedBlitz, and MailChimp.
And what do you actually DO with those platforms?
You can create email newsletters, send out special offers, set up automated email sequences.
So it's all about staying connected with your audience.
Exactly. Nurturing those relationships and ultimately driving conversions.
Okay, this is all starting to come together. We've got all these great strategies and platforms, but it still feels a little overwhelming to think about doing all of this on my own.
And you don't have to. Remember, one of the key principles of the Click Millionaire model is outsourcing.
Ah, yes. The power of delegation.
Exactly. There are so many talented freelancers out there who can help you with all sorts of things. Designing your website, creating content, managing your social media, even handling customer service.
So it's about building a team.
Yeah, even if it's a virtual team. To support your Click Millionaire dreams.
And where do you find these talented freelancers?
The book recommends platforms like Elance, Guru, and Odesk.
Okay, I'll have to check those out. This is all super helpful, but one final question. How long does it realistically take to build a successful Click Millionaire business? Can this happen overnight?
That's the million-dollar question, and unfortunately, there's no easy answer. It really depends on a lot of factors: your niche, your business model, how much time and effort you can put in.
So there's no magic formula?
Not really, but the key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate those small wins along the way, and enjoy the journey.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. But what if I get discouraged? What if I don't see results right away?
It's totally understandable to feel that way. But remember, building a business takes time, patience, and a lot of hard work. The important thing is to stay focused on your goals and keep moving forward.
So don't give up on the dream.
Exactly. And Click Millionaires gives you the tools and the mindset to make that dream a reality.
Okay, that's inspiring. Well, I think we've covered a ton of ground in this part. We've talked about monetization strategies, building a website, marketing, outsourcing, and the importance of staying persistent. I'm feeling pretty fired up about this whole Click Millionaire thing.
Me too. It's exciting to think about the possibilities.
But I think we need to take one more quick break and come back to wrap up this deep dive into Click Millionaires and see what final gems of wisdom we can extract.
Sounds good to me.
It's really inspiring to think about, designing a life where your work is actually something you enjoy, something that fuels your passion, and D, helps you make a good living.
It's a total game changer, right? Click Millionaires isn't just about making money online. It's a whole different way of thinking about success and happiness.
It's like throwing out that old rule book, the one that says you have to grind away at a job you hate for decades before you can finally enjoy life.
Yeah, it's like, why wait? The book is all about taking control and not obey you, and creating a life you love using the power of the internet.
And the best part is, it's not just some empty promise.
Right. It's backed up with real examples and practical strategies.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Click Millionaires, what are some of the key takeaways you'd want our listeners to remember?
Okay, well, first and foremost, the potential of online businesses is huge E. It's like a level of freedom and flexibility that we couldn't even imagine just a few years ago.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Right. You can work from anywhere in the world, set your own hours, build a business that you're actually passionate about.
And the income potential.
Well, as we've seen, the sky's the limit.
It's almost like the Wild West of entrepreneurship, but without the tumbleweeds and gunfights.
Hopefully. But yeah, the barriers to entry have never been lower. You don't need a ton of money or a bunch of degrees to get started. All you need is a good idea, the willingness to learn, and the grit to stick with it.
And Click Millionaires gives us the roadmap to do just that, right?
Exactly. It lays out those core principles: automation, outsourcing, scalability, finding your niche, testing demand, and building a strong online presence.
Those are the foundational pieces.
But what really makes Click Millionaire stand out is their ability to bring their own unique perspective to the table. They're not just building businesses, they're building expressions of themselves.
So it's about creating something meaningful.
Yeah, something that makes a difference, while also making a living.
The ultimate win-win.
And the best part, it's totally achievable for anyone who's willing to put in the work.
That's what I love about this whole concept. So as we leave our listeners to ponder their own Click Millionaire destinies, what's the one question you want them to ask themselves?
That's a good one. I think it would be, what unique knowledge, skills, or experiences do I have that could be the foundation of a thriving online business?
It's about looking inward and finding those hidden gems.
Exactly. What are you passionate about? What you know more about than the average person? What unique perspective can you bring to the world?
The internet gives you the platform to share that with the world.
It's an amazing time to be an entrepreneur, and Click Millionaires gives you the tools and the inspiration to make it happen.
Couldn't agree more. So for those who are ready to take the next step, what resources would you recommend?
Definitely start with the book itself. It's full of practical advice, inspiring examples, and that roadmap for identifying profitable niches. I'd also check out the clickmillionaires.com website. It's got even more resources, tools, and a community of like-minded entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Sounds like a great place to connect and learn from others. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Click Millionaires. We hope you found this exploration insightful and inspiring, and that you're feeling motivated to create a life you love on your own terms. Remember, the most important step is to take action. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Start small, stay focused, keep learning. That Click Millionaire lifestyle is out there waiting for you. You just got to reach out and grab it.
Well said. Go get 'em.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.